In this Groove workshop, I'll show you how to create pages and categories and how to navigate between them. I'm on demo.groov.com. Now, if you haven't already been to the demo.groov.com website, I strongly encourage you to check it out, even as an example. You'll notice that up here at the top is the page list navigation icon. When you create a project in Groove Build, the page list icon is turned on by default. Under the page list icon, you can see both pages and categories. The categories contain groups of pages and are collapsible to keep your project nice and organized. The other way to navigate from one page to another is by using these page navigation gadgets, like we see here. Now, when it comes to laying out pages, it's a good idea to try and have some consistency from one page to another by including, for example, a link to the home page from the other pages so you can always know where to look to find your way home. That's a pretty handy best practice for laying out your pages. So let's have a look at how you can actually build something like this in your Groove project. Of course, here in Groove Build, initially you don't have any pages at all. So you're encouraged to add a page down here in the Add Page link. I'll go ahead and create one called Home. Notice that the category option is uncategorized by default, and that's all we have right now for categories. So let's go ahead and add another category so you can see what that looks like. I'll call this one Bottling Plant. And let's add some pages under this Bottling Plant category. I'm going to call them line 1 and then line 2. Notice there's a few other options for page permissions you can choose while you're adding a page. Check out the Groove workshop video on page permissions for more info on that. Okay, now we have a couple of categories and a few pages. Notice that if you want to rename any of these, you can just right-click on either the category or the page and it will let you rename it. Super easy. And now let's add some links on the home page to these other two pages like we saw on demo.groov.com. Notice when I add this page navigation gadget, I'm given two choices. I can either put a web page in here, for example, a link to groov.com, or a Groove page for my project. Now, if they're not showing up, it could be that you just need to save and refresh because they don't always show up instantly. So here I'm going to add line 1, and then I'm going to add another one for line 2. And then since this is the home page, I'll add a link maybe right here in the middle that's going to take me to groov.com because that's the best website ever. And also notice I can have the label be something other than the URL, so that's really nice. And then also notice under Configure, there's this option where you can either show the page list in Groove View like we're seeing, the little navigation hamburger up there in the left-hand corner, or not. Let's have a look at what happens when we don't include the page list. If I go to File, Save All Changes and switch to Groove View, I can click on my line 1, but there's no way to get back, other than hitting the back arrow in my browser. I can click line 2, but I don't yet have a home link. My only other choice is to click on this other link here. So that's one reason I don't normally want to disable the page list here because that can be pretty handy and it really doesn't take up that much room, but it is an option. So there you have it. I've shown you the basics of pages and categories and how to navigate between them. For more tips and how-to videos, be sure to visit groov.com. Thanks for watching.